Simple cable label is for patch panels and coupler panels. You put the name in, hit the start value, and it auto sequence for you.
Okay.
This list-based testing is the only one that's done through our software. So right up here in tools, we have what's called a label list generator. I can't type, Mike, and I can probably do 1,000 labels in under a minute. So let's do a building here, ABC building. This little delimiter I'm putting in, it's just a separator between the labels. So in our fictitious ABC building, FO1, we'll do 2 floors. 2 floors. Telecom rooms. Some people call them MDF. Some people call them IDFs, ERs, TRs. I'll put TR, TR01. We'll stick on a 2 theme. How's that? 2.
Okay.
So 2 telecom rooms on each floor. We'll put 2 racks. R01. 2 racks. Patch panels. We'll put, and by the way, I'm abbreviating these, but you can spell it out. Just be aware that the label gets really long when you do that.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and put 48 port panels in. 01. All right, watch the magic happen. I just made every label for the entire project.
Oh, nice.
It gets better. See this export to CSV? If your label maker will take an Excel spreadsheet, most modern label makers do, you not only made the labels for the tester, you made the labels to go in the label maker at the same time. How cool is that?
Nice.
This is so easy to use. A lot of my contractors, they use this to make all their labels, because this might be a wraparound label, which is different than a faceplate label, which is different than, say, a patch panel label. They use it to make all their labels. All right, see that export to USB?
Yeah.
So you put it on a USB stick, throw it in the tester. See if I got it on here. Put it on the stick. And there's one right here. So you just say, hey, take that guy, load him into the tester. Done. I'll show you what happens when you turn that on. But that's how easy it is to make labels and put them in the tester. If you have an Excel spreadsheet with a list on it that you as a contractor created, you can import it right into here and not even have to type anything.
Oh, nice.
You combine list-based testing with 3 around 1. You want to talk about smoking a job. Oh my goodness. It's all about efficiency. So that's kind of where they work. There were a couple other labeling sources, none. Hey, sorry, you got to type it. It's a onesie twosie template. The dreaded 606. I'd started doing this in 1980, been an RCD since 1994. Never once in my life have I had to do that, thank God. And then freeform, that's where you can have an A and a B, a voice and a data. Again, set your start and stops up. You're never typing labels again. All right?
Okay, cool.
So what happens when you do this list-based testing? So let's load one in. There's that MS Hotel I just did. I'll load it into the tester. So now it's loaded. All right, it's loading. I just put in 960 labels. So this is not proprietary, by the way. It's a standard Siemens connector. Nothing magical about it. Do you know? So I'm going to show you list-based testing here. All right, so let's go back. And by the way, autosave defaults to on with list-based testing, because in the list, the whole idea is crank it, get a lot of stuff done quick. If it passes, it's coming right back to the list for you. It's just as fast as you can do it. So I'm gonna go back setup. I'm gonna go ahead and change my Cat 6a. So I got a Cat 6a test here. So now when I hit auto, oh, by the way, the red telephones. When you're connected up and you're ready to go, we provide you an audible tone. You may have heard it, but it's noisy sometimes. We also provide visuals. When you got red telephones on both sides, you're ready to go. So I'm going to hit auto test, and up comes the list. So what's cool about the list? This is a list that list I created, right? Yeah. First of all, it's color coded. White means I haven't tested it yet. Okay. And it's true list-based testing where simple cable label, that's kind of designed to go in order. Go anywhere in this list anytime you want. Forklift in front of 1, drywall's not done. I got to start at 3. Go anywhere you want, anytime you want. And that's a real advantage when you're doing new construction, a big building, and you got to skip around a lot. So that comes in handy. So, all right. Now we pass, so it's going to come right back to the list. We always highlight the last one you did for you. Notice it's highlighted green. Green means it passed. It was a Cat 6A test. Hey, the forklift just got out of the way of 1 over here. Let's go test that guy. That highlight, the text will then turn green. At the end of the day, baby, if it's white, I still got to test it. If it's green, don't duplicate it. If it's red, fix it. So that turned green. That's the last one I did. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Think about this with 3 guys out in the field, and this guy sitting here at the MDF driving the train. Go to 2, go to 4. As fast as these guys can get to sites, they can bang out this entire list.
Okay.
All right. Set up. I'm going to switch back to simple cable label. I want to show you a couple things with that. So I'm going to go into label source. I'm going to switch to simple cable label. I'll just make something real quick here. Backspace. I'll just call it, and I like all caps because I can't see. 190 days to retirement, MDF. And we'll put a little dash in. Dash. And I'll put patch panel dash A. All right. So that label I just put in is going to remain fixed. It's going to put start. If I'm starting on port 1, you never type another label in. It'll just keep 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to hit check mark. But if you turn autosave off, this is kind of important. When you're using simple cable label, you can edit the label before you save it. Why would you want to do that? Let's pretend there were 2 patch panels, A and B. All right. Both 48 port. You tested all of A. You plug into B1. The tester doesn't know any difference. It's going to give you a label of A49, right? Backspace, 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 B1. You're off to the races again. Very nice. All right. So let's go back out. I always like to just double check what I'm doing. I'm running a Cat 6A and I'm using simple cable label. So now when I hit auto test, it's going to go out and run the test. Notice no list came up because I wasn't in list-based testing. It knows which label it is. It's going to run the test. And I'll show you some things you get with results on this screen. Because again, in list-based testing, you're not looking at results. You don't want to waste time doing that. You want to get through the list, right? So this cable was 23 feet. There's your wire map. All of these tests, those are the tests that are required for a Cat 6A test. You want to see the rest of them? You hit the hourglass there, magnifying glass. These are all the tests that are required for a Cat 6 test.
Okay.
When you selected Cat 6A, it loaded all. That's why I say, remember, it loads all this stuff in there. It loads all that stuff for you. All right. See the little diskette here?
Yep.
All right. And my label right now is MDF PPA1. If I hit the diskette, I have the ability to edit that. Hey, I went over to panel B now. Panel B. So now I'm off to the races for another 48 on panel B.